Hey everyone, Ben here. In this video I'm going to reveal my top 2 electric vehicle stocks for the Biden presidency. So stay tuned till the end and I think you guys will like what I've got for you. But before we dive right in, if you're new around here, why not consider joining the investing family by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. If you do find any value at all in this video, please give it an early thumbs up. That helps out tremendously with the channel. If you wish to take things one step further, check out that first link in the description below for the VIP group where you can get access to exactly which stocks I'm buying, which stocks I'm selling, in addition to my entire 6-figure portfolio. But that being said, let's dive in. So what's so special about Biden? Well, you guys may know I never get into politics on this channel, but it's no secret that Joe Biden is a major bull for renewable energy and electric vehicles. So let's dive into some recent headlines. So Biden made a few major moves during the first few days he was president. So he rejoined the landmark Paris Climate Agreement, aimed at reducing the world's carbon footprint over the next few decades, and revoked the permit to construct a controversial Keystone XL oil pipeline. He also signed an order that overturned rollbacks on vehicle emission standards and re-established a working group on the social costs of greenhouse gases. Previously, he'd laid out a $2 trillion plan to put the country on an irreversible path to net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Biden also made some specific moves towards the electric vehicle industry, which could be a major catalyst for many stocks. So President Joe Biden announced to replace the US government's fleet of roughly 650,000 vehicles with electric models as the new administration shifts its focus towards clean energy. Okay, so now let's dive into my top 2 electric vehicle stocks right now, which are going public via SPAC mergers. First stock on the list is Lightning Motors, going public with Gig Capital, ticker symbol GIK. So Lightning Motors is a company which retrofits existing gasoline-powered vehicles to electric vehicles, and it specializes in the commercial industry. So according to their website, we build our electric commercial EVs on the most popular chassis. We're giving you the best of both worlds. Zero emissions, low maintenance operation on platforms that you already know and love. So now you may be thinking this is a similar company to Hyliion or XL Fleet, and it is similar in some ways, but this company has the first mover advantage as they already have their vehicles in production. So the company's production is expected to reach 20,000 medium-duty commercial electric vehicles by 2025. They have high revenue visibility already, with 100% of the projected 2021 revenue of $63 million and 25% of the 2022 projected revenue of $354 million under firm purchase orders as of today, and strong line of sight to $2 billion in projected 2025 revenue, including $1 billion from existing fleet customers. So this company is already operating, they have existing strategic partnerships, which is a major advantage for this business. Okay, so Lightning Motors here at a glance. So they focus on urban commercialization, zero emission vehicles. They have this modular architecture. So basically, they have this base architecture which they can fit onto many different gasoline powered vehicle types, very similar to XL Fleet. So the total addressable market is around $67 billion. Blue chip customer base already. So they're already working with Amazon, which is a major deal. CBRE, they're a major manufacturing construction company, should I say. COX, DHL do have these major clients as customers, but they've only purchased a few vehicles so far. I believe this is basically a test batch for these companies as they plan to move towards zero emissions. Okay, so strategic partnerships here. Borg Warner, these guys are involved with Romeo Power, so I did a video about these guys a while back. That's also a great play. Plug Power, I did a video about those guys a while back before they shot up massively. Also a great play. BP is also an investor, so BP, oil company, they're trying to get into the electric vehicle space. They're trying to diversify. If you're ever bored one night and you need a way to fall asleep fast, read through a BP, Shell, or Chevron investor relations presentation, and what you'll see is the solar panels all over it, because they've got all these pictures of solar panels. They're trying to basically say, no, we don't sell oil, even though we all know obviously an oil company sells oil. Just own it. If you do that, just own it. But they're trying to sort of be like, no, we're the good guys now. We sell solar panels. We're investing into electric vehicle companies. But yeah, that's a side note. 10 years of R&D research, 2 years head start in customer validation. So this is a first mover advantage for Lightning Motors. They only have 120 vehicles on the road though, so only 120 vehicles. Now that is not a lot of vehicles. They do have 1,500 vehicles on order, so that is a good sign there, but only 120 vehicles on the road so far. So still a relatively new company, which does add quite a bit of risk to a company like this. But I'll get onto the valuation a little bit later, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. $2 billion projected revenue in 2025. So they have visibility currently for $1 billion based on the current contract pipeline. So that is a good sign to see. They're not just imagining these numbers. This is clear visibility from the current contracts where they've got the current partnerships. Okay, so dominant market position. So they actually have 50% market share in class 3 to class 6 EVs due to the small number of vehicles on the road. Existing fleet sales, 30 fleets they're working with together, and these fleets have over 500,000 vehicles, so obviously customers like Amazon. The company also states it has a competitive moat. I wouldn't really agree with that because there's many other companies doing the exact same thing. Hyliion, XL Fleet, very, very similar companies. Robust contracts and financial visibility. I do agree on that point. They do have a lot of contracts already in place, a lot of good strategic partnerships. The unique thing about Lightning Motors, which I do like, is they've got multiple parts of the business. So they don't just do the vehicle side, the retrofitting of existing gasoline-powered vehicles to electric vehicles, as you can see here, DHL, Amazon Prime vehicles. They've got this analytics software which allows tracking of the vehicles. Very, very useful in logistics, parcel delivery. They've also got this energy business, Lightning Energy as a service. So they're working on charging stations. So they have patented mobile charging. So that is a competitive advantage. And the fact that recurring revenue stream with 10-year contracts, we know charging station stocks are blowing up right now. I did a previous video on charging station stocks, and this company covers both aspects, so that could be a really interesting play. They also have Lightning Capital, which is basically electric vehicles as a service. So that helps to support the financing of electric vehicles in order to purchase them. So this is an example, some of their different sort of vehicles that they retrofit. You've got obviously class 7 here, big sort of coaches, buses, DHL, big delivery trucks. You've got sort of pickup trucks. Okay, so this company has not minced its words at all. We are miles ahead of XL Fleet, Hyliion, and Nikola. Now, Nikola, I don't recommend investing into that stock due to the issue with the rolling truck. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Yeah, best to just avoid. Don't sue me, Nikola. I'm just giving my thoughts here. So total electric vehicle cars on the road, these have 120. XL Fleet has 0, but they do have 4,284 class 2 to 3 hybrids. XL Fleet has so many hybrids on the road right now. So this company is a first mover, but XL Fleet is a lot more established in the hybrid sector. So binding purchase orders, so $150 million contracted purchase orders and $800 million in the pipeline compared to XL Fleet's $220 million in the pipeline. And these are for hybrids, not zero emission vehicles. So that is an interesting development there. Their EV assembly factories, you notice they call them assembly factories and not production factories because they're not actually creating these vehicles from scratch. They're just retrofitting existing vehicles. Fully operational since 2018. Okay, so now let's dive into those juicy financials. So as you can see, they've been growing their pipeline of orders. 130 million in orders in March 2020, and that's grew to over 800 million by September 2020. Contracted purchase order backlog, that was just 28 million in March 2020, and that has grew to 150 million by September 2020. Compound annual growth rate they're predicting on the revenue between 2020 and 2025 is 195%. Now that's incredibly fast growth this company is predicting. They also have a 3-year battery contract with Romeo Power. And this is why I love Romeo Power. I invested in these guys a while back. I did a video about those so long ago. I believe my position in them is up by around 80% at the moment. And why I like this company is because when there's a gold rush, why not just sell shovels? All these electric vehicle companies, they're going to need batteries. And that's why I invested into Romeo Power. They supply the batteries. They're working with Lightning Motors. I believe they're working with Lion Electric. They're working with many different providers. If you guys wish to get updated on stocks that are big winners, just as I'm investing into them, then feel free to check out that first link in the description below for the VIP membership group. Plan to become EBITDA positive. That's earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. They plan to become EBITDA positive by 2022. Issue with this company, and this is why I love software companies, is these type of retrofit electric vehicle companies, they don't have high margins. You can see even by 2025, if everything goes well, they're only predicting a 15.6% margin, only $50 million free cash flow, which is not a lot really, considering the market cap of the company will be a few billion by then. But let's go into valuation, because this is what makes Lightning Motors so interesting compared to all these other players in the electric vehicle space. This one might actually be great value. So Lightning Motors, they're having a merger with Gig Capital, ticker symbol GIK. The final shareholders get 24% of the company. Now, this is a lot higher than many of these SPAC companies I see. What I've done is I've got the current market cap of the company at the current share price, around $14 per share. We go 1.58 billion divided by $354 million. That gives us a price to sales of 4. So you're only paying 4 times the company's sales on 2022's revenue. And then this valuation gets even better. If we use the September 2020 pipeline orders of $800 million, which is going to be spread out through the next few years, we get $1.58 billion divided by $800 million. That gives us a price to sales of 2. So you're only paying 2 times the company's sales. So I'm going to outright say it. This is the best valued retrofit electric vehicle stock on the market right now. So it's better value than XL Fleet. It's better value than Hyliion. It's better value than Nikola. So this is why this could be a very interesting play if you guys wish to invest into it. It doesn't really fit everyone. They don't have high margins. Their services may not be as necessary, say, 10 years time, if companies start to just purchase electric vehicles outright rather than retrofitting their existing solutions. But still, if you want some exposure in this space, then this could be a great stock to check out. Okay, if you guys want to know exactly which stocks I'm buying, which stocks I'm selling, exactly when I'm buying and selling stocks, so getting those early updates, not just on the stocks I'm buying, but also on my watch list, such as this one, which went up by 150% over the past couple of months, then feel free to check out that first link in the description below for the VIP group. There you can talk to me directly about your portfolio also and gain access to loads of other benefits. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free, first link in the description, watch the video and just see if it's for you. But with that being said, if you guys found any value at all in this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps out tremendously with the YouTube AI. But if you're new around here and you still haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Feel free to join the investing family by hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. And with that being said, I hope you guys have an incredible day, and I'll see you in my next video. Invest safe.